Now we are solving the illustration number 11. The balance sheet of the A Limited as on 31st March 2011 and 31st March 2012 are given below. Prepare a cash flow statement. 2011-2012 the balance sheet is given. Adjustment. First, sold one machine of rupees 25,000 at cost of which was 50,000 and the depreciation provided on it is 21,000. So machine account we have to prepare, but it's included all the fixed asset. There is no specification in that. So we will open the fixed asset and the depreciation amount of the both the years is given. So we have to prepare a depreciation provision account also. Then provide a 95% at depreciation that will affect. Redeem the 10% debenture at rupees 103. So we have to redeem a debenture at rupees 103. That means 3 rupees at a premium we have to going to redeem the debentures. Then sold some trade investment at the profit which was credited to the capital reserve. So we have to make an investment account also. Then decided to the value of the stock, whereas the previously the practice was to be stock at a cost 10%. The stock according to the 31st March 2011 was a 54,000 and the stock on the 31st March 2012 was correctly valued at a 75,000. So in the year 2012, that is a 54%, it is a less than 10%, cost less than 10%. So we will solve it. And the last, return of the fixed asset costing of rupees 14,000 which is a fully depreciated. So this is depreciation things that we will affect in the provision of depreciation as well as fixed asset. Now let's solve with the adjustment entries. First is sold one machine for the 25 rupees at a cost which was 50,000 and the depreciation provided on it is 21,000. So first we have to make a machine, sold a one machinery. So first we will write down the opening and closing balance of the both of the accounts. So first we write it down in the fixed asset. Fixed asset opening balance is 8 lakh. Closing balance is 9,50,000. One machine sold at rupees 25,000 which original cost was at 50,000 and the depreciation provided on it is at 21,000. So we will sold the one machine, so we will receive the amount of rupees 25,000. So bank account credit of rupees 25,000. That will affect on the cash flows. There we are selling the machinery, that will affect on the cash from the investing activities. So it is we are adding sale of machinery of rupees 25,000. Now original cost of this asset, it was a 50,000 and on that 21,000 is a depreciation, right? So we have to give the effect of the 21,000 depreciation. So we will write in over here that a provision of the depreciation opening balance would be 2,30,000 by opening balance 2,30,000 or balance brought down, and at the end by balance carry forward is 2,90,000. At the mid of the year 21,000 depreciation should be debited. So we will write over here first effect 21,000. Here we'll write to fixed asset account and the second effect will come 21,000 by depreciation account, that is sold machinery, on sold machinery, right? So there was the original cost of rupees 50,000, out of which 21,000 is a depreciation. The original cost will be 29,000. The cost of the machinery will be 29,000 and we will sold in a 25,000 rupees, right? So this is a 4,000 is loss. Understood? There is a 50,000 cost. Out of we will deduct the depreciation, it will come 21,000. So now the after depreciation cost of the machinery will be 29,000 and we are selling that machinery at the 25,000. So 4,000, what would be the 4,000? 4,000 is a loss and this loss transfer to the P&L account. So this 4,000 transfer to the P&L. So by P&L account. And this 4,000 affect in the net profit. Obviously that will affect on the operating activity. So it is a loss. So we are going to add the total loss on the fixed asset of rupees 4,000. Understood? Now the second adjustment. Provide 95,000 as a depreciation. Provide 95,000 as a depreciation. So we directly put the depreciation account to the fixed asset. So 95,000 is we are providing from the P&L account. So we will make a new provision of rupees 95,000 from the net profit or the P&L account. So by P&L account, and the second entry will goes from and affect the net profit. So it will come here plus depreciation provisions of rupees 95,000. Now second, redeem the 10% of the debenture at rupees 103. So let's prepare a debenture account also. This is the debenture account. Write down the opening balance and closing balance. Opening balance is 2 lakh. So by balance brought down of rupees 2 lakh and to balance carry forward, it is 1,40,000. So as we can see that there is a 2 lakh over here, it will be 2 lakh, that means 60,000. Difference is here coming here 60,000. That means we have to redeem the 60,000 of rupees debenture at a 103. That means with the premium of rupees 3. With the premium of rupees 3. So we will find the premium amount. When there is a debenture of rupees 100, so it will come 60,000 divided by 100, it will come 600 into 3, 1800, just because it's a premium, including premium is a 103. 100 is a face value and 3 is a premium, right? So the 60,000 is a debenture value and the premium will come 600 into 3, 1800 as a redeemable debentures premium. Understood? Let's see the effect of the both of them. So we have paid 60,000 plus 1800, that means 61,000, 1800 we have paid to the debenture holders, that we are the debentures. We will pay back to the debenture holders. So 61,800 we paid. So it is outflow of the investing activities, right? So that will affect in the cash flow, cash from the financial activities, repayment or redeem of debenture 61,800. And we paid 1800 premium on debenture, so it is kind of a expense that will affect the net profit. So we will going to add over here premium on debentures of rupees 1800. Understood? Then investment, sold some trade investment at a profit which was credited to capital reserve. So we have made a investment account also. So put the opening and closing balance. Opening balance is 1 lakh. Closing balance of the investment is 80,000. Opening balance is 1 lakh, closing balance is 80,000, and there is a note is this, that is a profit credited to the capital reserve. Profit credited to the capital reserve. As we can see in the balance sheet, there is an increase of the rupees 10,000 in year 2011-12. In the 2010-11 there will be nil, so it will increase the 10,000 rupees. So it is a profit that we are transferred to the capital reserve. So profit on that investment is the 10,000 rupees that we are transferred to the capital reserve. So 10,000 to capital reserve in a bracket profit. It is a profit that we are transfer in the capital reserve. This profit transfer to the P&L account, then it will affect in this operating activity, right? But if we will profit we will transfer in the capital reserve, so no need to effect of rupees 10,000 in here. So let's find out the how much sale remaining amount, how much investment we have sold. So 1,10,000 plus minus 80,000, that means 30,000. As we are selling the investment of rupees 30,000, we are receiving in cash. So bank account, sale of the investment, so investing account, of rupees 30,000. Right? Now fifth is decide to value stock, where previously the practice was value the stock as a cost 10% less, and according to the 2011 it was a 54,000. What is given in 2012? In 31st March 2012, the value of the stock was a 54,000, which is already 10% less. That means it is a 90%. So what would be the 100%? So 54,000 into 100 divided by 90. It will come 60,000. So actual cost was a stock was a 60,000, but we will marked as a 54,000. There is a increment of the 6,000 rupees of the closing stock. Yet we have not compared this with the 11 or 12. We have just complete the mistake, rectifying the mistake that 54 and 60. Right? So there is an increase in the opening stock of rupees 6,000 in the valuation. The other difference will come later, but this is a increment of the closing stock. Closing stock is a current asset. Closing stock is a current asset. Increase in current asset, decrease in a cash flow. So we will decrease over here. Minus closing stock increment, 6,000 rupees minus. Right? Now last adjustment is write off the fixed asset costing of rupees 40,000 which is fully depreciated. We will write off the 14,000 whole fixed asset that is depreciated, that means already used in the depreciated value. Now there will be no value of that asset. So by depreciation provision account, and here will come 14,000 to fixed asset account. We will wholly, it is a depreciated, right? We will make the entry of the all of the transaction. Now we are closing the accounts. So 2,30,000 plus 95,000, total would be 3,25,000 minus 21,000, 14,000 minus 2,90,000. That means the account is tally. Now fixed asset, there is a difference of 2,14,000 in the debit side. That means is a purchase. So we will write down the bank account in a bracket purchase 2,14,000. So we will write it in the investment account. There is we will purchase fixed asset of rupees 2,14,000. 2,14,000. Now this account we have already closed it in the, and the 10% debenture account already we will closed it. Now we are going to affect the various entries of the balance sheet. First is you can see that the share capital 3 lakh and 4 lakh. That means increase in share capital. That means we have issued a share capital of rupees 1 lakh. So it will cash inflow from the financial activities. So issue share capital of rupees 1 lakh. Then capital reserve increase 10,000 rupees, that we will already affected. Then general reserve 1,70,000 and 2 lakh, that we will increase the general reserve from the P&L account. So we will put the 30,000 transfer to general reserve, 30,000 rupees. Then P&L account, so let's get the difference, 75,000 minus 60,000. 15,000. So net profit difference will come 15,000. Then debentures, that we will make the effect of the debenture also. Then current liability increase, cash flow increase. So increase in current liabilities. ₹10,000. Then provision of taxation, we will made it. In the year 2010-11, the proposed dividend of ₹30,000 paid in the year 2011-12, right? So we have to pay a total dividend payable is 30,000, but in the next line the unpaid dividend 4,000 is this. So that means total of ₹30,000 and we have not paid a 4,000. That means unpaid dividend. So total paid dividend in the year 2011-12 is 26,000. So we paid the total dividend of ₹26,000. So we will write over here, it is a payment of dividend 26,000, right? Then fixed asset, so we make the account. Investment, we make the account and settled it. Current asset 2,70,000 and 3,10,000. Including this closing stock effect also, we are going to less that effect from the current asset. So current asset opening balance is 2,70,000 and we have to, and closing balance is 3,10,000. So in the opening year the 6,000 amount was missing just because we will place the 10% less. So we are going to add the 6,000 of rupees closing stock value that we have not affected in the opening stock. So it will come 2,76,000, the original value. Right? Now we will find the difference. 3,10,000 and the 2,76,000. So 3,10,000 minus 2,76,000. It will difference is 34,000. So increase in current asset, decrease in a cash flow. So we will affect minus 34,000 in current asset. Minus 34,000. Last, cash 10,000 and closing stock is, closing balance is 20,000. So we will write over here opening balance 10,000 and closing balance, our answer should be 20,000. Preliminary expense 10,000, decrease, that means return of the preliminary expense. So we will effect over here 10,000 preliminary expense written off. Done. Now we are making the close this statement. Sorry, we have missed one information, that a provision of a taxation. There is no additional information is given, that a provision of the taxation. That means in the year 2010-11, provision of taxes in 19,000 is paid in this year. And closing balance of the provision of the 85,000, that is we have made a provision in this year from the P&L. So one effect 85,000, there is a new provision of the taxation we are made, we are going to add it, provision of tax, and 90,000, that is the last year tax paid in this year. So we will pay minus tax paid rupees 90,000. Understood? When the no adjustment is given, you can solve like this. And provision of the proposed dividend, of rupees 36,000. So total of the A activity, net cash from the A operating activity is 1,56,800. Then from B, minus 59,000, yes. And from C, it will come 12,200. Total of the ABC is equals to 1,56,800 minus 1,59,000 plus 12,200. It will come 10,000. 10,000 plus 10,000, it will come 20,000. Thank you.